Your Indians! I guess I'm out of control!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Christmas special edition of the Loose Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan. Ryan, do a quick hello real quick.
Hi.
And a very special guest, very good friend of the show, Eddie Greer, EG3 in the house. What's going on, Eddie?
Loose Lugs, what's going on, y'all? I'm happy to be back.
Oh yeah, we're here. We got the Christmas music playing in the background.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas to you. If you're listening to this when it's uploaded, which will be Thursday, Christmas Eve. If you're listening to it tonight, just pretend it's Thursday for a minute.
I don't have to go to work then tomorrow for pretending it's Thursday. Woohoo! Oh.
Yep, I don't have to go to work either.
Oh, man, there goes my Christmas pay then.
Hey, so how have y'all been doing?
Go ahead, Eddie. Let him go.
I am exhausted, but I've been looking forward to hopping on with you guys tonight. Been a busy week of work. The mother-in-law is here in the house currently. Emma is getting the super spoiled treatment at the moment.
Yeah.
So
First Christmas, right?
Yep. Hey, yeah, first Christmas and everything else we got going on. So yeah, it's been a kind of week. Picked up my mother-in-law from the airport, Kansas City Airport, last Saturday night, and she'll be here through I think next Thursday.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, it'll be nice to have her around for a little bit. So
Yeah, definitely the grandma with the little one. I know how that goes. My mom's the same way right now. On Saturday, we took Logan to see Santa Claus, and he did an awesome job. Walks up to Santa and goes, "Hi, hi, hi." It's his favorite. Like anytime we're out in the store, his favorite words are "hi" and "bye." So, but that's awesome. Cool that your mother-in-law's in town. That's awesome, especially around this time of year, family time. Love seeing that, Eddie.
Yep.
And I feel like such a child here. You got Ryan, second Christmas with Logan. Eddie, first Christmas with Emma, and I'm sitting here going, man, it's only in a couple days.
Yeah, to be here before we know it.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Pretty
And
cool.
hey, I got an early Christmas present, guys.
Oh,
The Lions fired Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn.
It's
my
a-
Christmas game
It's
early.
a Festivus miracle.
I was so excited. Tony, who's in our chat right now, him and I both agree it was about time. This regime wasn't working. Finally, they made the right move.
Now 2 more weeks. Hopefully, we get rid of Cam Newton.
Yep.
I'm in the same predicament as you, Ryan. Dan Quinn, Thomas Dimitroff fired after another slow start. So I am looking forward to the season being over in 2 weeks.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Top 5 draft pick.
What do you want to do with that pick? What do you want them to do with that pick?
Oh, man. We've had so many issues with our pass rush.
All right.
That or running back, because Todd Gurley isn't cutting it this year.
No.
Seemed to be a bad choice. Yeah, he's definitely lost his legs. That is for sure.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
cost us some games this year, and I've gone on a couple of rants about it on my other podcasts. So
The game against Detroit, he should just drop down at the
gosh.
1 yard line and say he scores a touchdown and come back Stafford right back down the field to get that win. And that was a game I'm like, good win, but hurt us in the draft pick. And
Eddie, I've got to ask you a question, buddy.
What's up?
How much do you hate Tom Brady on a scale of 1 to 10?
A 9.
A 9.
I do not like Tom Brady. Tom Brady did it again to us. I had a feeling. I just had that feeling that Tom Brady and that offense for the Bucks will come back on fire, and sure enough, brought back too many brought back too many bad memories of that Super Bowl.
I've got to
Couple
ask,
years
did you
ago.
know it was over when he was looking down on the bench? I saw that picture this week of like the Super Bowl and that one side by side, and it's like the same exact pose, the same death stare to the ground.
Yeah, it was over. It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
That's the thing with Atlanta though. They get these nice, big, comfortable leads, and they can't finish. They're like the Lions. The Lions are the same way.
It's just a bad culture right now. They just need to clean house. I know stumbled upon this. I haven't been on Twitter at much today, but stumbled on this that the Falcons will consider interviewing Raheem Morris as a coach for the head coaching position. So, but there's a few other candidates out there, GMs, head coaching coaches, candidates that are out there right now. So I know Eric Bieniemy is one of them right now. A couple others right now. So dude. What was that?
There's gonna be a line out the door for that dude.
Oh, Bieniemy? Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Everyone's wanting him.
Oh yeah, so
yeah, you just hey, it's best to stay away from Twitter, man. You just end up getting blocked like I do all the time now.
Oh, that's right. You did get blocked. You did get blocked on Twitter not too long ago.
Yeah. Some clown on Facebook decided he was going to try to start an argument with me until he realized I really don't care what he has to say.
Good old social media. My social media rant we had earlier in the year. Oh, man.
You know what? You guys want to hit on this real quick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got a little bit to say about it. So, for those who don't know, Beam Designs, if he hasn't blocked you already on Facebook for calling him out on his bullshit, he's ranting and all this about, Bubba this, Bubba that, and finally I came across one that I couldn't stay away from, and I forget about what it was, but it started this whole big long argument, and at one point he said that it's Rich that I'm talking to him as a podcast with 20 listeners, and I thought that was pretty generous because I think we at least average 15 or at most 15. So I thought 20 was generous. So I got to thank him for that one. But I would rather be right by 20 instead of looking like an ass by 5,000 followers. So that's also that. Listen, I told him exactly what I'll tell you guys here on the podcast. I don't do this for the popularity. I don't do it to, make my own ego bigger. I have a fun time talking about NASCAR. Ryan has a fun time talking about NASCAR. We've been doing it together for 3 years now. If you come on and join us for the ride, we love to have you. We want to hear your opinions. But that's just it. We want to hear your opinions. We're not going to block your opinions. All opinions are welcome. I'm not an ass that's going to block you when I disagree with you. And then he wanted to call me out on saying that, say what drivers have dropped him. And then I'm pretty sure he got 100 responses from people telling him which drivers exactly dropped him. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, just to name 3. And those are pretty big, prominent ones, I would say. That's what 11 Cup championships between the 3 of them that he's lost business from. So
it's 7 alone.
So I'm just saying, to Beam Designs and Jason Beam, you're an ass, buddy.
Yep, exactly.
Keep making yourself look like a clown, because apparently if you call him a clown, it just makes him go just bananas.
Patrick in the chat just said social media is both a blessing and a curse. I have to agree. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Yes,
so
sir.
In the year 2020, I've been blocked now by Jim Utter and Beam Design. So it's been a pretty successful Twitter year.
I tried to get blocked by Utter, but I couldn't. I'm like, man, come on now. I tried everything and anything to throw shame at him.
I'm not even following him, so.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't blame you there. This was after the whole Bowman anxiety thing, though, and I was he's such an idiot. And we won't mention the other Twitter things that have happened that have got people in trouble here in these last month since the NASCAR season ended.
Has it really only been a month since it ended?
It's been a month, but there's so many people that have left Twitter now and Facebook and YouTube that I've
Yep.
lost track of it all.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I know
Oh,
we have
man.
a schedule change already.
Yeah, we got a
So I know,
schedule change.
yeah.
People are upset about that. I'm happy. I'm sitting here. We're waltzing to number 2, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Yes, you
we
are.
just make that a championship race, please?
Make it the finale. Make it the finale.
I'm sitting here wearing this CE brown shirt right now.
Hey, I got my mount. I got my. You know, remember? I don't know if you remember, AJ, but a couple months ago, I was expecting my. I think it was October speed crate, and I didn't get it. I understand the mail service is backed up. Try to reach out to Speed Crate, no answers, no nothing. And finally it came in, and I got a brand new Chase Elliott shirt, the Mountain Dew.
Oh.
I love this shirt too, and it's got the big number 9 Chase Elliott on the back. I'm like, man, I got more Chase Elliott shirts than I do William Byron now.
Yeah, we won't talk about shipping and how long we had to wait for things and things like that of that nature.
I saw that some of your championship gear has come in though, which is very
finally. I don't think I'm getting the hat till February, but that's okay because everyone else who's ordered them has them already. I don't get it. Last time I ordered from NASCAR Shop for anything Chase related.
That's where I ordered the Byron Wynn shirt from. I think was NASCAR Shop because I tried Hendrick and they didn't have the size I wanted. So I went to the NASCAR Shop, and then they're like, "Yeah, it's not going to get it there until 2021." Well, luckily it got here in October, like late October.
Eddie, how long did you have to wait for the Truex Championship stuff? Did you order it that night that he won it?
I ordered it that night. Yes, sir.
And how
it
long after did
was-
you get it?
About a month and a half
I,
before I got my shirt, and then later I bought the the 78 championship jacket,
Oh,
which I
nice.
have. And speaking of which, I am waiting on the first real quick shout out Sherry Pollock's Martin's girlfriend.
Yes.
Successful surgery. They found that cancer came back. She had surgery last week, so right, she's home recovering. So give a shout out. I am waiting on the Auto Owners mini helmet. I think it's the blue, light blue, and greenish
that powder
helmet.
blue.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is on its way currently as I speak right now. So
Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's a very shout out to Sherry, as you said, Eddie. She's a fighter, man. She's gonna get through it. She did before.
Dude, you wouldn't know like how bad it really was by her Twitter posts on all this. It's like this is just a normal Tuesday for her. The way she's going out with it, I love it. She is a fighter, no doubt. You know, I feel so bad for her, but she's taking it right by the horns and let's go.
That gives a whole new meaning of grabbing the bull by the horns, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So yeah, I got most of my back to the championship gear. Then after I got the shirt, got the hat the same day as the shirt as well. So it took a month and a half to get all the championship gear once I ordered it from NASCAR.com. So
not bad.
Yep.
It wasn't too bad.
I think it's the last time I ordered from. What made me upset is I go to the website, right? This is now a month after, and like everything that I ordered shows in stock. And I'm sitting here like, well, why isn't it shipped out? And they go, well, it's a special event item. And I go, I get that, but it says your website has them in stock. Why is it not being shipped?
That's the same thing that happened with my Byron shirt. They're like, it was a special event shirt. I'm like, why? There's people already have them on the William Byron Nation Facebook page. Why the hell haven't I gotten mine? The guy's like, oh, you're not going to get yours until almost 2021.
Time out.
Yep, go ahead.
You're on a William Byron Nation Facebook page?
I am, yes.
Are you a frequent poster?
I post every now and again on there, yes.
I need to find this page.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a fan page for this.
There's a fan page for him, Bowman, Chase Elliott.
Truex.
Yeah,
Truex
Truex.
has one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it all run by the same person, or is it like? Is it post an angry tweet? Tony, I've tried posting an angry tweet. It doesn't work. Just get blocked by them too.
Yeah. By the way, I hate to cut in, but a very cool moment right now on TNT. The Lakers are doing their championship celebration. They're not going to raise a banner. They're just giving them the rings. But they got frontline hospital workers announcing the players and coaching staff and everything like that.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, very
Nice.
cool. Very
Nice.
cool gesture by LA.
I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, you know that. So the fact that
Me
they're
either.
getting their
I
rings tonight,
I
I
am.
couldn't really care less. But
Me neither. I am not a LeBron fan.
hey, I mean, mine. I'm allowed to not. I have the only good reasoning for not liking LeBron, and it's because I'm a Celtics fan. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm a Celtics fan. That dude we destroyed, made him leave Cleveland. He went to Miami and then just killed us for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
And then went back to Cleveland and proceeded to do the same thing. I've had it with
And then
LeBron.
Rondo went to go join him, too.
I'll screw with Rondo too.
See, knew it.
And part of the reason the
Oh.
Big Three broke up.
Yep.
Don't get me started, man. Let's talk about Christmas a little bit.
All right.
Question for you guys. Are y'all as bad as rapping as I am?
Oh,
Wrapping gifts?
terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I'm
Yep,
wrapping a gift.
100%. Yep.
I'm wrapping a gift tonight. And I look at it when I'm done and I go, whoever I give this to is going to think I got a paper cut while I was doing this. I mean, it is jagged. It looks like I made a little sailboat out of the wrapping paper.
Can
Got a
we?
little shark fin on it.
Oh, very nice. And who is this gift to?
To everyone I bought gifts for. They all look the same. Just
Okay. All right. At least you're honest.
consistently bad.
At least you're honest.
It's just terrible, man.
Yeah, my rapping job is not the world's greatest either. So a lot of people that ask for things from me are always like, "I want a gift card." I'm like, "Does my rapping suck that bad?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried wrapping a couple of gifts before, and yeah, not very good. Not very good. That's why the wife, the mother-in-law, do all the wrapping. I don't go near the wrapping paper.
I now know why my uncle leaves every gift in the shopping bag of the store he bought it from and just hands it to you that day.
That is a hell of an idea. I never thought of that.
He has not changed in 15 years. He buys it from Target, Walmart, a store in the mall. Just hands it to you in the bag he bought it in.
That's nuts. That's a good idea. I might have to side with your uncle there, AJ.
No one cares about the wrapping paper. Nobody cares. They just care about what's
what-
inside.
Yeah, what happens to the wrapping paper anyway when it's
Gets
done?
thrown in the trash.
Throw it in the trash.
Exactly.
Yes, gets ripped up.
I'm
Yeah,
not
next now you see it, now you don't. And this is my thing too with wrapping paper. Why all this special design? Like there's Paw Patrol, there's Baby Shark wrapping paper now.
Ryan's getting pissed off with the designs now.
No. This isn't a rant. This isn't a rant. I just don't understand why they have all these, these specialty paper when they just gets like we just said, thrown in the trash.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just, as I get done rapping, I'm looking at it going, you know what? If someone complains, then just take what's inside it and leave me alone.
I should tell you guys a story.
Tony
about
said,
what-
"Get with the times, Dad." To you, Ryan.
Hey, I should tell these guys the story about Tony, what he bought his stepmother one year for Christmas.
Is it okay to say on the show?
Yes, it's okay to show say
I
on
hear
the
this.
show.
Yeah, I gotta hear it then.
Oh, all right,
There's
all right,
no
all right.
schedule
All
on
right.
the show today, man. I wrote down the show sheet. We don't have to follow any of it.
All right, so here we go. So Tony, myself, and my brother are last minute Christmas shoppers, and we're at Myers, and Tony is like, "Man, I don't know what to get my stepmother, Kathleen," and I'm like, "I don't know, get her a gift card so she can buy something that she wants. It's something easy." So he finds this lamp, And he's like, I think she's gonna like this. I'm like, Tony, just Kathleen, read it all. I mean, don't they have lamps already in the house? So make a long story short, she's over there for Christmas, and like I guess her reaction was, it's a lamp. I don't think she kept that gift, so.
Was it the Christmas Story leg lamp? Or was it the equivalent of that?
Tony in the chat, what kind of lamp was it again? I don't think she kept it.
It's the last time Tony ever bought an actual gift.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's the thought that counts, but I think we lost Eddie.
Oh, I think we did too. Well,
all right.
Yeah, I don't know how we lost Eddie, but we've lost Eddie. So
yes,
he'll be back with us, I'm sure, shortly.
But yeah, like I said, it was
a frog lamp. Tony said it was a frog lamp.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like I said, it's the thought that counts. So there's Eddie back with us.
Eddie's back.
Yeah, I'm cutting in and out for whatever reason.
It's all good.
Eddie, we got an update. It was a frog lamp for the front of the house.
It's the thought that counts. I mean,
Tony, you threw a dart and didn't even get near the board. You hit the wall.
Oh man. But yeah, like I said, I always think gift cards are the way to go. That way you can buy what you want to buy and everything like that. But yeah, with the yeah, that's why I love gift cards.
Hey, this is why I take all my buddies. Like I invite my buddies' girlfriends to come out shopping with us. This way I can buy for my girlfriend there, and they can just tell me what to buy. Just because it makes it 10 times easier.
Yeah, it does. And by the way, guess who got a ring? KCP. Woo! Georgia Bulldog.
Yeah, Georgia Bulldog. The undefeated men's basketball Georgia Bulldogs right now. We need the respect that we deserve for beating Northeastern, I think, tonight. Or was it Northwestern? I still don't know who it was.
Northeastern. It was Northeastern.
It was Northeastern. Okay, so we beat Northeastern tonight. And
y'all, wait. Y'all undefeated in basketball?
We are undefeated in basketball. Eddie, let me have this moment. I think they're like 9-0. Let me have this one moment in basketball.
Okay.
This is coming from a man who has to cheer for Duke every year in basketball because I know my team has absolutely no shot at getting anywhere near the tournament.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait for SEC to play to start. This way we can lose all of our games.
How about Kentucky?
They've lost a couple now, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they've only won one game the last I saw.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's like 10 games into the season, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh boy. So what have y'all been doing to spend the off season? Eddie, what have you been doing?
Woo, off season. Well, just recently done a couple interviews for the 3 Wide NASCAR podcast with EG3. Shameless plug again. On a Loose Lugs podcast. Recently, I had a great conversation with Daryl Kinsley up in Maryland. That is up currently right now. Planning on doing my award show later this week, which I've been putting off due to mixing some other things around. So I'll be recording that either Thursday or Friday night. Go out Sunday or Monday, the last week of 2020. So I've done a couple interviews since then. I had Liz Prestella, the tire specialist for the number 96 for Daniel Suarez this past year. Had her on a podcast, and I've done a couple episodes after that. So, and right now, currently, I'm doing some team organization reviews from this past year, which will carry into January. So, got a lot of stuff going on, and I've been doing my other podcast, the K-State podcast. I've been doing a lot of that this off season as well with my co-host Alex, who lives in San Diego. We're both Kansas State alums.
Oh, nice.
As well, we talk sports. Most recently, just got done with football season, 4-6. So, a lot
no comment about my football.
It's okay.
Team.
Y'all
No comment.
better than Michigan. That's okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot of podcasting still, along with taking care of Emma, hanging out with her, working. Yeah, it's been quite a bit since Chase Elliott won that championship.
Don't gotta tempt me to play this little sound bit.
Ah! Yes! Ah!
I know you guys can't hear it, but I can, and it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Eddie, don't
what
be
do you
afraid on
think-
that K-State podcast to be talking about how the Georgia Bulldogs men's basketball team is currently 9-0.
Yeah, but how about
maybe I'll put that in there. I'll squeeze that in there.
how about the college football playoffs? What do you got as your matchup, Eddie?
Don't get me
Oh, come
started.
on, this is a
that.
softball question.
That's college football playoff is an absolute joke. Get out
Thank
of
you.
here, Ohio State. They shouldn't be in it.
A&M should be in it.
They did not play enough games this year.
No, they
Notre
didn't.
Dame got blown out by Clemson last weekend. The ACC championship game. You still have them in there.
So-
A&M. I think. I said this on the K-State podcast. Mac Brown said it, and I summarized it on the podcast. He said basically, we need to have each of a Power 5 conference have their own little bracket championship game. Less than Power 5 have their own little deal, national championship game. Each winner of that brackets come together, have an ultimate national championship, and have the ultimate winner. They need to extend this thing to 8 teams. It's just not right.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I think Cincinnati should have been in. I don't care the power.
Oh,
They
it's okay.
were undefeated.
You
They were
tune in.
undefeated.
Yeah.
You tune in
And
January
Texas
1st. You
A&M.
watch how the SEC's second best team, the Georgia Bulldogs, take care of Cincinnati on January 1st.
That's January 1st.
That's January 1st. You be ready. Peach Bowl. Get ready. Atlanta. Let's go.
Oh, we're eating peaches.
So
Alright.
Tony says, who cares about the rigged playoffs? And let me tell you why, this will never get expanded, even though it should. The 4-team playoff makes the NCAA way more money than an 8-team or 6-team playoff would. Here is why. So, the best way to make the most money is by having your top money-bringing teams in the playoff every year. What happens when a Coastal Carolina, just hypothetically, upsets number 1 Alabama, goes to the national championship game? Who is going to sit there and watch a Coastal Carolina national championship game? I mean, I would as a sports fan, how this would never happen. No. It'll never happen. They can't risk losing the money. So it'll never happen, unfortunately, and it's a damn shame. How the Big Ten can all of a sudden change their rules to allow a team that only played 5 games
that was bullshit.
into a They said you had to play a minimum of 6 to be eligible for the conference championship game.
5.
And then
They only played 5 games.
yeah,
Yep.
in the very week of said championship game, they go, okay, you can play 5 and be in it.
All right. As a guy who lives in Big Ten country, the Big Ten can kiss my. You can fill in the blank.
It's all right. Come join the SEC. We're pretty nice over here. You can come cheer for the Bulldogs. We're very
Well, here's
in
the
men's
thing.
basketball. If you haven't heard yet,
As you said, the Big Ten at the start of the year says, "Oh, we're backing out. We're backing out." Well, we're going to do a 7 or 8 game if you have to play a minimum of 6 games. The Big Ten saw the writing on the wall with, okay, Ohio State's undefeated. Well, we can get them in, play Northwestern, see these college football rankings, and go. And that's what they did. They looked at the rankings and they changed their mind that Ohio State's going to bring in the Big Ten money, and that's why Ohio State is where they're at. And they are going to get smoked. I mean, smoked by Trevor Lawrence and the Clemson Tigers.
and another thing about your Clemson Tigers reference here, can we go back now to when we overranked Notre Dame after they beat a Trevor Lawrence-less Clemson Tiger team? Proceeded to just get demolished in the ACC championship game. And do you now see what happens if Notre Dame were to play in any Power 5 conference? They would get destroyed every year in the conference championship game.
Why do you think they're
Tired
independent?
of them being overrated every year.
Yeah,
And here- Go ahead, Eddie.
yeah, Notre Dame. They're gonna lose to Alabama.
They're gonna get
And
killed.
Ryan, you're
2012
right.
all over again.
Notre Dame is going to no. Ohio State is going to get blasted by Clemson. I agree. And my other college team, the Florida Gators, they're playing.
Eddie.
Hey, I have to throw this
Eddie.
in there.
I thought
They're
we were
playing
tight,
Oklahoma.
man. I thought we were tight.
Timmy Tebow, baby.
Yep.
I'm hurt. I am hurt.
Uh-oh. Your reaction is priceless.
Everybody enjoy Eddie's last opportunity on the Loose Lugs Pod. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
Ouch,
I am kidding. I am kidding.
I know.
We have a friend that thinks Justin Fields is better than Trevor Lawrence.
I wouldn't even say Justin Fields is better than Kyle Trask.
I love Kyle Trask.
I'd put Mac Jones above Justin Fields this year.
Oh, Jones too. Heck yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah.
Mac Jones has that unfortunate side of being an Alabama quarterback, though, in the sense of, tell me the last Alabama quarterback that ever actually became something in the NFL, because they recruit so well. They just recruit so well that the wide receivers are always the best in the nation.
Count? Does Jalen Hurts count? Because he did play there.
Jalen, I'll give you like a half credit on, because he went to Oklahoma and just
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
I've seen
a lot of Jalen Hurts in Big 12 country.
Oh yeah.
When he was with Oklahoma, so yeah, he's playing pretty well right now in the league right now, and making Carson Wentz. I don't know what happened to him, but
bye-bye.
Yeah.
Who? Carson always hurt Wentz?
Yeah.
I want to step back here for a moment to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, Tony's going to laugh at me, is a generational talent.
And he's got a great head of hair.
Yes, he does. Hair I wish I had.
Oh, here we go.
I told the wife, I'm like, man, if I had hair like that, I could be playing college football right now.
Just like every ESPN college football game has to bring up Tim Tebow. Every Loose Lugs podcast, Ryan has to bring up his bald head.
Hey, don't knock Tebow.
Don't knock Tebow.
That's right. Don't knock Tebow.
Hey, don't forget, he played for New England for one preseason.
Yep.
One preseason. And then Rex Ryan ruined him.
Where do you go?
Like I said, then Rex Ryan ruined him.
Yep.
Rex Ryan's part of that NFL Game Day pregame show on ESPN.
And he still makes no sense ever when he speaks.
Yeah. It's funny.
You wonder how the Jets never really did anything with him as a head coach. Or the Bills. Got gorgeous feet, though. Yeah. See, everyone remembers foot fetish.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had that little sound clip of him going, "Those are really beautiful feet."
Oh yeah.
So, I asked you guys before we started the show to bring up on the podcast tonight, just our one little hit on NASCAR for this episode, the top 3 races of the year, and I want to know what your guys' 3 were. If you had any honorable mentions, go ahead. What do y'all got? Who wants to start?
Ryan, go ahead.
Since Eddie is the guest on our show, we'll let Eddie go first.
Ooh, we're deferring to Eddie.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start with honorable mention first. First off, Martinsville, the playoff race there, in the round of 8 with Chase Elliott getting into the Final Four there. Mostly because of he and Truex battling it out there, really all race long there. Unfortunately, Martin had his issue, not on his own doing, unfortunately, but just that whole entire race had you on the edge of your seat there. You didn't know what was going to happen there. I mean, the pit crew member for Chase Elliott, great awareness on his part. That was and I mentioned this on my own show, That was the huge moment of the year for that team there.
Championship move.
Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin battling out for the last spot to get in. Kevin Harvick didn't get any stage points there. It was just drama from the green. Really, it all started with Kevin Harvick's issues, and it just carried on through the race. So the Chase Martin battling out again for another win there. So that's what I have there for honorable mention. Another honorable mention I have on my list is Kansas, the first race at Kansas, the night race there, Denny Hamlin. And it's part of me is biased because I go to Kansas Speedway, which is 2 hours away from Manhattan, Kansas, for those of you who don't know. That was a great battle at the end. Great act for whatever reason. Kansas night races brings out the best action. I don't know why, but it's just exciting. Huge wrecks. Well, luckily, Ryan Preece walked away okay. Yeah. Matty D was caught up in it. Joey Logano had issues. And then the last 20, 25 laps there, Denny Hamlin holding off Keselowski, and Martin was coming along as well there. So that was another honorable mention I had. And then my last honorable mention I have for y'all tonight on the podcast, the 3-wide finish, very first race of the year, Daytona Truck Series, Grant Enfinger holding off Jordan Anderson and Cody something to win the race, the truck race. That was some finish there. Great Enfinger almost didn't see Cody Rohbaugh. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I have it. Yeah, so he
I'm
almost
glad you
didn't
said
see
that
Cody
last name because I would have butchered it.
Yeah, he almost didn't see that 9 truck coming. So that was just a great finish there to start off the Daytona Speed Weeks there. Grant Enfinger. Eventually, he went on to the Final 4 there, coming up short there, but that was just a great start to the whole racing season there.
And what do you have for your top 3 races?
Okay, so number 3, y'all, I got Texas, the Xfinity Series race, the playoffs. Harrison Burton.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Noah Gragson a chance to get in the championship 4. I still don't know how in the world did Noah Gragson lose that race. I just don't know. Harrison Burton, when he was coming on, he had a strong car all afternoon long. And then it looked like to me, it was a wrap. Noah Gragson was going to go on and get into the Final 4. Not so fast. The final corner of the race, Harrison Burton. And remember, these two guys had a little bout, you could say, after Kentucky. So Harrison Burton with a knockout punch on Noah Gragson at Texas. Number 2, Truck Series again. This one, Zane Smith's first win in a Truck Series. Oh, wow. A wacky series of events there. Got trucks wrecking. And again, I think Grant Enfinger was a part of this one too. Yeah, he was. Grant Enfinger was a part of this finish there. And Austin Hill, he got spun on the last lap there. Zane Smith there holding off. I think it was Grant Enfinger. I might be wrong on that. If I'm, you guys can correct me or not on that. But Zane Smith, first win in the Truck Series. He went on, of course, to win another truck race at Dover, and then eventually a runner-up in the Truck Series. So a tremendous first year for Zane Smith in the Truck Series, and coming up short there to eventual champ Sheldon Creed. And my number 1.
Eddie, real quick, I just have to ask this question to Ryan real quick because you mentioned Zane Smith. Ryan, who picked Zane Smith that truck race?
You did.
That's right.
I knew you were going to come back.
Whose first time was it picking Zane Smith that season for that race?
You.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Who's going to be a force to reckon with next year?
Zane Smith. You're damn right.
That's right.
All right, continue on.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a problem next year. That in a good way, that's for sure. And finally, y'all, number 1 on my list tonight, Daytona, the regular season finale. William Byron walks it off to get himself in the playoffs. Finally breaking through in the victory lane there. This race had everything. Jimmy Johnson trying to get in. He raced aggressively that night. Matty D. These guys were all over each other that night, scoring points, needing points there. And just from the word go, the intensity just ramped up after stage, and William Byron finally breaking through there. Chad Knaus getting that win there, keeping his streak alive as crew chief. He's going to be going off to better things within the organization next year. So that to me was my number one. And I'm going to share this again. Spoiler alert for the 3 Wide podcast. That is my number one race of 2020 right there.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, we love pulling spoilers here on this show. Ryan, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I guess I'll go. Honorable mention, how about the Geico 500? Blaney with Almirola coming across backwards in the finish line. Close finish. Talladega, Daytona, always producing great finishes. The spring Martinsville race, where Logano and Chase Elliott took each other out. I thought that was a great race from start to finish. The Xfinity Series, what can't be said? Homestead, I thought both those races I thought were pretty good for the Xfinity cars out there. And my top three, number 3, and this was a whole weekend as a whole, the trucks, Xfinity Cup cars running on the Daytona road course. I thought that was awesome to see. I enjoyed all the racing that entire weekend. Number 2, the return from the COVID break. And that's for all the series that coming back to Darlington, starting with the Sunday, the Heroes 400, I think is what they called it, where they had all the frontline workers give the command. I thought that was cool. Everybody's like, I don't know how this is going to work, if this is going to work at all.
I considered that to be. I considered that one. Yeah.
It worked, and you know what? It showed that other sports like the NFL, now with the NBA coming back, that you can do this social distance, everything that you have to do for the whole COVID virus. That whole weekend, and then number 2, the Chase Briscoe winning after we found out the unfortunate news about him and his wife and how he beat Kyle Busch to win it. I thought that weekend as a whole was so emotional, not only from a fan's perspective, but as a human. I thought that whole weekend was fantastic. And number 1, Eddie took my number 1, but it is definitely it is all good because I don't think you could spoil it. But with William Byron getting that first win, like you said, the drama of that race, anything can happen at Daytona and Talladega. We all know this, but for it to be that race, in order for you to make the playoffs and him going out there getting that win, I think big things are on board for Hendrick Motorsports as a whole company in 2021.
Hey, addition to Kyle Larson's going to help that too.
I do, and then I like Rudy Fugle getting into the Cup Series, finally getting his chance to crew chief in the Cup Series. May start off slow, but I think they're going to mesh. I think they're big things, by the way, for them guys. So, and then obviously the 500, I thought, but just what happened as the miracle with Ryan Newman walking away in the hospital the next couple days after the wreck.
You had your time. I got that one listed.
I know you do.
I got that one. Hey, quit stealing my thunder.
I'm pretty smart here.
So I had to narrow 5 wins down to 3 for my top 3 races of the year. No, I'm kidding.
Chase Elliott won Martinsville, the Daytona road course.
My mentions. And all of mine are, I guess they're not really based on the race themselves, but just the moments that they brought. Martinsville Fall race, naturally, Eddie already brought that up. As a fan, that was just such a huge race, and I was watching on my phone. I watched every lap on my phone because I was out during that. One thing that Eddie didn't bring up was the fact that Chase was also penalized on pit road during that race.
Mm-hmm.
He had a speeding penalty, I think, early on in the race.
I want to say it was the second half of that race. Yeah.
So they had to overcome that, and then the over the wall too soon, and then coming back over it, That was the championship winning move. I don't care what happened in Phoenix. That was the championship winning move right there. My other mention, the return at Darlington. Ryan mentioned that already. Just first sport back. NASCAR was the first sport back to allow fans. It was a good testament to where I think the sport was at and the control that they had over it. From what I know, from what I've read up on, there was never any spikes in COVID numbers in cities that had the races that fans attended. NASCAR did it well. NASCAR did it really well, and
Yes,
it all started there at Darlington. And then you mentioned Ryan Chase Briscoe winning 2 days after him and his wife announced their the miscarriage.
Yes.
Those are my mentions. It's my top 3 races, and none of you guys mentioned any of these. Number 3, the Xfinity Rain Roval race. How wild was that? Like, it didn't even need to be a good race. It was just, I'm watching like flashing red lights on the back of cars the entire race, just wondering who's in the lead and who's not in the lead. You had Noah Gragson just sending it on the last 3 laps, spinning it,
That was great.
spinning it at every which corner. That was just such a fun race to watch. It really, it makes you think maybe cup cars can do that one day, and they kind of did the day after when it was wet out for the first stage of that race.
And then I think it was Ty Dillon that went to the slicks, and then everybody went to the slicks afterwards because they all started on the rain tire.
It was amazing how hard that dude dropped after everyone else got on fresh ones.
Especially where that car is with the other fuel.
Yeah. Number 2, the Daytona 500. I was there, I got to see it all. But Ryan Newman, that wreck, experiencing the silence of a racetrack that was holding at the time like 60,000 fans. I've never heard a racetrack that quiet before, especially after someone just won the Daytona 500. To see Ryan Newman walk out of the hospital with his daughters just 2 days later, it was it just made that whole race awesome.
Yeah. Man.
It was not like, you could hear I was all the way down by turn 1 and you could hear the impact when Corey LaJoie hit Newman in the door. And that was at the start finish line.
Yep.
So just to better give you a perspective on the magnitude of that hit. And number 1, it was an obvious one for me. Phoenix championship race. Something as a NASCAR fan I've always wanted that Eddie's was able to experience just a couple years ago. It was just another big moment for me personally as a fan. So that was my number 1. Some in our chat here, Patrick said his top 3 races was the first one, the Spring Martinsville, second one, Darlington Throwback Race, which once again, Eddie's and mine's driver going at it back and forth throughout pretty much the entire race. Wasn't clear there, Martin. That's okay. And number 3, the fall Martinsville race. And then Tony said the Bubba Wallace, the entire garage walking with him up to the front at the start of the Talladega race was a moment of the year for him.
Yep. And that was all on Kevin Harvick, and I think Kyle Busch was the other guy, or Jimmy. I think it was those 3 guys that orchestrated it, and they're like, "We're doing this." And I thought that was, that's a good bring up by Tony right there.
Yeah. So all in all, I mean, 2020, for some right reasons and some wrong reasons, is going to be remembered as one of the most memorable years of NASCAR.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know it's the freshest one in my mind, but it's the first one I think of when everyone is going to ask, what's your most memorable season? And I'm going to say, oh, this one. Yeah. It felt like it was years since we had a race in between Phoenix and Atlanta, or Phoenix and what turned into Darlington.
Yep. Well, it was something too because the haulers were at Atlanta when they decided
Those
to
were at
cancel.
Atlanta. They were rolling them off for practice.
Yep.
Yeah, they're getting ready. Yeah.
Like, you imagine my surprise at work that day, and all of yours guys as well.
I
Like,
remember.
they're loading up and going home.
Yep. I remember the ratings too for the Darlington race when it came back. It was some of the highest since a 500 a few years ago. So
We added
and,
so many
and
new fans. Bernard Pollard.
yeah, Bernard
Dude's
Pollard.
awesome.
Yep. He loves
Dude's
his
awesome.
iRacing. I love it.
Hey, I've raced
Oh,
with him
yeah.
a couple times, and he's
Yep.
fun to talk to too on iRacing. So.
Good stuff. Yep.
Good.
Alvin Kamara, another one who became a really big fan of the sport. He went to a couple races too, which was awesome. Like, yeah, I think it was they had a doubleheader with at Homestead. Yeah, it was at Homestead.
Homestead. Yep.
Yeah, that he was in with Bubba Wallace in the suite, and Bubba was giving him knowledge of the race and why his car's taking two tires and so forth and so forth. So like you said, that was so cool to see new fans coming into the sport.
Yeah, I agree.
Moment of the year.
I've already said mine. I'm good.
I know.
I've already said mine.
How about you, Eddie?
Yeah. And AJ already said it. No. Yeah, AJ already said it. The Bubba Wallace. We know the outcome of what happened, but just everyone just rally around Bubba, taking that iconic 43, walking that iconic car up to the front. That's what sticks out to me for this year.
I hate to bring it up like this, but like everyone took the wrong impression of the result of the findings of all that, and it still irritates me to this day. Like, instead of being happy that it was just a coincidence and it wasn't anything of malintent, everyone took it as a piece to use to keep bashing them. I just thought that was so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people took the wrong approach at that, and that wasn't good at all.
And again, it comes down to the social media too. It was like I got sick reading some of the comments on social media.
Yeah, like I said, instead of being happy, it was just it was a misunderstanding. We turned to bashing the man over something he didn't even see, hanging up in his garage. Like
very, very unfortunate. Yeah.
Like I said, for some of the right reasons and some of the wrong reasons. That's why this season's going to be rememberable.
Yep.
It's. Was it the best season we've ever had? Absolutely not. But memorability, like, it's there. Yeah. It's there for sure.
I liked some of the midweek races. I did like that.
Midweek racing needs to stay. I love it.
Yeah, especially with tracks with lights.
Yeah.
I like the fact that those midweek races weren't the 400 miles. They did kilometers. And I guess some of the races this year, 2021, now are going to be kilometers. I think the Michigan race, not a 400-mile race anymore. Kind of upset about that, but that's for another time.
Shorter races work. Say it with me. Shorter races work.
Lower ticket prices then.
Hey, I mean, I agree with that. I just think that if you want to make them full-fledged races, you make it your crown jewel races or your big races. Those are your full-mile races. If you want to run some midweek races at the kilometers, like Ryan's saying, perfect. Those are great. Those midweek night races were awesome. Especially in the summertime when you don't have many sports going on, really other than baseball. It's a perfect time to run those midweek races. Perfect time.
I have to agree.
What's your thoughts, Eddie, on that?
I thought it was good. I thought having midweek races, NASCAR, changing things up, midweek races, double headers, and NASCAR, they knocked it out of the park this year with trying to get everything in. And once they got caught back up, we're on schedule for the playoffs. So having those midweek races, which were, they weren't as entertaining, but it was good. It was good to try it out a little bit. The double headers, Saturday to Sunday, shortening up the races. That was good. and not going the full distance. That made perfect sense for the double headers. 200, whether it was 150, for example, 150 Saturday, 150 the next day. NASCAR splitting them up, so it
Texas
made
was a
for
5-day
exciting
affair. We were racing in Texas for 5 days. It was pretty cool.
That was crazy. That
Reminds me of a Michigan race I went to not too long ago. Hey, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it Sunday. Sean's first race. Yeah, we're gonna run it Sunday. Rain all day. We're gonna try to run it tomorrow at 11. Drizzle. Oh, jet drivers are on the track. Quick, guys, load up and get out to the track. Oh, we get out to the track. Oh, it's starting to mist again. Oh, come back in. Come back Tuesday.
That was weird. That was weird.
And they finally ran it Tuesday.
No mist on the radar. You can't see it, and then it just like sat on the racetrack. That was some strange
remember
stuff.
I was going job site to job site that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and every hour on the hour I was tuning into MRN on my phone, and every hour is the same thing. And the mist is still here. Track drying progress is stopped. Like,
it ain't on the radar. It ain't on the radar, but it's here. It ain't going anywhere, but it's here.
The race that we thought would never end. We thought we were going to crown a champion before that race ended.
Yeah, because I know NASCAR, every power, they wanted to keep Phoenix as its championship race. So they would have probably had to push back the schedule a little bit.
Oh, that was another thing I wanted to bring up. Another kudos to NASCAR. Out of a virus that has had worldwide, millions of cases, we only had 2 drivers have to miss any time due to it.
Jimmy and Austin Dillon.
Yep. I mean, just awesome job all around. The protocols all worked for him. It was great. They did it well.
Fortunately, Jimmy there in his last year. Fortunately, getting it, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, it's pretty good for NASCAR, other than that.
All right, I've got a quick little news blip to go over, and then we'll recap all of it at the end. So I'm going to play a little sound bite for news, and then we'll discuss it.
Left side. Pull this left fender out, left side.
Tire Out's where we go over current news in NASCAR. We've got pretty much like a month to go over here. 2311 announced that DoorDash, McDonald's, Columbia Sportswear, Dr. Pepper, and Root Insurance as its founding partners, and they'll be on the car for Bubba Wallace in 2021. NASCAR is using the 3.41 mile long course at Circuit of the Americas. Darlington Throwback Weekend is shifting to the spring race in 2021 now that Darlington has 2 races. And the last bit of news I have on here is NASCAR is moving the Auto Club race weekend to the Daytona Road Course. They move Homestead back week, making the first 3 races of the season in Florida. Whatever you guys want to go over, just let me know.
All right, I'm going to say something real quickly. Tell me if I'm wrong. State. I haven't even started. but all right. Look at states that are having problems with the COVID restrictions, like a Michigan, only have 1 race. California, I don't think they're not running Sonoma, are they?
Or is Sonoma's on the schedule, but you got to think it's later in the season, so yes, everything is changing as we go.
Yep, only 1 race though. Florida, you guys are completely open.
Dude, we're wide open. I was at the malls and the stores all weekend and the weekend before, and you wouldn't think there was a pandemic going on.
Exactly. So you guys got 2 races at Daytona back-to-back weeks and then Homestead?
Yeah, we're more than open for business here.
Right, see, there you go. And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, California, the Niners are playing in Arizona. Kind of surprised the Lakers are playing at Staples Center, but that's another story too for another time. But like I said, it is. I mean, I gotta stop drinking Dr. Pepper now. All right.
Yeah.
Ryan, Ryan, why do you guys stop drinking Dr. Pepper now?
Because Denny Hamlin's affiliated with that team. Hey, my dad was using Viagra when it was Mark Martin's sponsor.
Oh, Ryan. Oh, man. Clip that. Clip
Hey,
that. That's part of Ryan's rant now.
I had to throw it out there. I got Eddie going. AJ's crying over
10:26, a minute or an hour and 20 minutes into this podcast. We got to clip that. So this way, when we go to Ryan's rant, you can play that. That's awesome. I love it.
Yes, I'm jumping in late here on the early change in the cup schedule. So yeah, I talked about this a few weeks ago on my podcast. Yeah, for a NASCAR fan, if you can plan a whole vacation around if you want to. You got the 500, and then you have the week after that. You can pretty much stay there. It's like Speed Weeks 2.0 now. That's with the road course.
Eddie, exactly what it is. Now the Clash turns into a true preseason Thunder again.
Yes,
yep.
You know,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's a test session now. That's all that is. I would have changed the schedule though a little bit, and this is just us speaking here on a podcast, not able to control anything. You run Daytona Sunday, you run the Clash, you run the road course the following Sunday. Run Homestead that Wednesday. So this way, you know, fans can make a whole week out of it. Like
that'd be awesome.
A week and a half out of it. You know, that's how I would have done it. Then you would have given them an off weekend that Sunday. Before heading out west. That's just me spitballing ideas here, though.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree. That would be an awesome do that Wednesday at Homestead.
Yeah, that's how I would have done it, but I don't make the big bucks, so I can't make those calls. Circuit of the Americas being a 3.41 mile circuit, that is going to be a long race.
20-some turns, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be a long race.
I looked at that. It's like, my.
Yeah, they did show the layout of it, and that's something else.
15 lead changes before the first lap's completed.
Opinions, Bristol on dirt. What do you think?
I'm excited to see how a cup race works on dirt. I'm the anomaly in that, but I'd love to see it.
I hope it's not 500 laps.
You can't make a 500 laps.
You can't make no. You can't make it 500 laps.
That's like taking up these cars solid and sending them around Daytona for the full 200 and seeing what happens.
It is a limited. I'm on the schedule right now. Limited person as of right now in attendance for that race.
Well, Daytona's only allowing 32,000 in, and you guys probably already saw the tweet.
Yeah, you already
moved it up the road and over a few seats, so
nothing wrong with that.
Hey, it kind of sucks it's not going to be full, but I ain't complaining that I'm not going to have to be looking over people.
or being scorched.
Or having to watch the race through someone's iPad the whole time, like I had to do in 2016 because he kept putting his huge iPad Pro right in front of me to record every lap of the race. And I'm sitting here watching it like it was one of those old Sprint Vision screens. At about lap 3, I wanted to throw it on the track. Here's good view for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the side that I don't like. I mean, I'll be tuning in to watch, that's for sure, but we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely don't like the decision of Bristol going to dirt. I mean, they could have done this at an actual dirt track, but it's going to be interesting to see how this all turns out. But nuts. Like at least with Bell and Larson having dirt experience, but everybody else.
Alex Bowman did a little dirt testing.
Hey, Chase running the Chili Bowl this year, so there's some experience there.
They're setting up for that right now.
They're setting up for it right now. Yep. Yes,
it's
sir.
a great race to watch on pay-per-view. I would never attend it. I can't imagine being trapped with the fumes like that for.
Oh, that'd be great.
Nah, yeah, they don't call it the Chili Bowl flu for nothing.
Nope. Well, make sure you cover your beer when you're drinking it. I've learned that the hard. I learned that the hard way going to the dirt shack by my in-laws and my dad's house. Oops, forgot to cover the beer. Yeah, who cares? It's still going down smooth. I don't care.
And Bubba, man, full sponsorship for the year. It's
I love it.
the season hadn't even started yet. The new year hasn't even started yet. And he's got all his sponsorship covered for next year.
Yep, I love it.
Hamlin and them
Two
are already
thumbs
planning
up.
on building a shop, like a bigger, like that they can add another car to the team.
Have you heard anything about the 5-car sponsor yet with Kyle Larson?
Nope, but I know they
I
got
haven't-
the
I
5
haven't-
on the building.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's been on Twitter and on Facebook.
Hendrick's
Yeah.
got like personal sponsorship though, like he can throw Chevy.
Oh
on
yeah,
it or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
card.
Yeah, I heard nothing from sponsor wise for Larson yet.
Hey, it's kind of like a higher quality ride as opposed to what Kurt Busch had back in 2013 when he was who was he with Phoenix Racing then?
Yep.
He drove the damn Talladega Nights car at,
Yeah, the meat car.
at Talladega
The meat
because
car.
they didn't have a
Yeah.
sponsor for it.
That's a great. I like the Cougar, but who's Me? Me is you, Ricky. Oh yeah.
Now we're gonna get copyright flagged. If we don't get flagged because of Beam from what I said earlier, but that's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't listen. Remember?
Yeah, he's an ass. Honestly, my favorite tweet on that whole thing was when I took a screenshot of him blocking me and I said, "Get in line with Utter."
That's a guy I don't understand who still has a job after he said that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. All right, we're going to get through social media, and then it's time to wrap this thing up. We've been going on for almost an hour and a half now. So, social media, here we go.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Damn right. Christmas special, baby.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Social media, we are up to 2,225 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, 370 followers on Twitter, 82 likes on Facebook, 25 subscribers on YouTube. We're up 26 followers, Ryan, since our last episode, which is the biggest episode-to-episode jump that we've had since we've been doing
that
this.
was a fun episode too.
That, yeah, it was. I don't think I've stopped partying.
I had my cooler right next to me. I had a couple cold ones in there. I was ready to go.
That's how we are capping off every season from here on, whether one of our drivers wins the championship or not.
So what happens if Kyle wins the championship next year?
Hey, and I might drink my sorrows away, so it's all good. Podcast shoutouts. We have the PTM Racing Podcast, Lap Traffic Podcast, Side Draft Podcast, and the Final Lap Weekly. Places you can find Eddie. Eddie, go ahead.
You can find me on Twitter at Eddie_EG3. And you can find me on my other NASCAR podcast. I do the 3 Wide Podcast with EG3 on those same social media outlets, whether you can find us on Apple, Spotify, AudioBoom, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and more. So that's where you can find me. And if you haven't listened to any of the off-season episodes, you can go check them out. It's in the archives. Download it. Tell your friends there's another NASCAR podcast out there. And yep, I'll be doing my award show later on this week. As I mentioned early on in the show, it should be going out, hopefully looking at either Sunday or Monday, basically to cap off 2020. So looking forward to doing that. Also, and which will continue into 2021 in a couple weeks, the team reviews from this past year. So already, Hendrick is already out. And recently I did Team Penske along with the Wood Brothers with their technical alliance. So those 2 reviews are out as well, giving grades as well. So a lot of good stuff on there as well. So that's where you can find me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you all go check out Eddie. He puts up great stuff every week. Places you can find us. We are on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, and YouTube. In your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, turn on that notification bell so this way you get notified every time we upload new content. And so you can hear Ryan say the jingle bell ding ding.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's fine too. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. You can tweet us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. And on Facebook, in your search bar, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Our personal Twitter accounts, myself is at Grey Goose F150, and Ryan?
R. Rencola 88.
Real quick, Patrick said in the chat when we were talking about Bristol and Dirt. For some reason, I had the chat closed out and did not see this. So, Bristol and Dirt is a great idea, but it kind of takes the novelty out of running NASCAR cars on trucks and trucks on dirt. But gonna watch and see how it goes. See, that's exactly how I'm going into it as. It's a cool novelty idea. Like Eddie said, it could have been done at a different track, but you're drawing the NASCAR crowd because it's the Cup Series and it's on a track that's normally asphalt, and you're throwing dirt on top of it just to see how it goes. Like, if it's like a 100-lap shootout, 150-lap shootout, I am all in.
I'd be all right with 150 laps.
I'd love to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how it goes.
I hope they treat it as a dirt track with your pre-races and before you get to your main event. I hope it's something like that. We'll wait and see how they do it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any info.
Anything else any of you guys got for today? On this
I'm
episode?
done drinking Dr. Pepper again. I have to stop eating McDonald's too, man. I got addicted to the Big Macs too.
Hey, they're only sponsoring Bubba, man. They're not technically sponsoring Denny.
I know, but he's affiliated with the team. That's why I don't like the FedEx driver.
Hold on. You just don't like it because of Jordan. Jordan's better than LeBron. You can't.
No,
Yeah. MJ, yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Okay. Man, what are we on Xbox Live now? Come on, man.
Eddie, one more time. Where can everyone find you at?
Once again, you can find me at Eddie_EG3 on Twitter, and then of course you can find me on my podcast, the 3 Wide Podcast with EG3. Once again, one more time on Apple, Spotify, AudioBoom, Ryu.com, Stitcher, and many more. So you can find me there as the off season rolls on. Happy holidays,
Eddie. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. Thanks for coming on with us. Brian, you know what time it is.
Guys, I hope everybody has a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to one and all. Happy New Year 2021, February, right around that corner. We will see you at the track.
Not only will we see you at the track, we'll see you next year in 2021.
Woo.
We're out of here. Special thanks to Tony, Patrick, Zach for all talking in our chat with us tonight here on the live stream. If you're tuning in on Thursday, once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you. Have a Happy New Year. Drink plenty of eggnog.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year. We're out of here. See ya.
Later.
See ya.